What up, ya handsome devils? Papa Fallout here, and today I got something a little special for you. Most of you know me pretty well. You know that I love talking about god rolls and also about farming weapons. So why not take those two ideas, mash them together, and form something beautiful, like peanut butter and jelly, or Glad and hamsters. Don't think about that too long. And with that, let's talk about 10 of the most easily farmed god roll weapons in Destiny 2 right now. I want to be clear on that title, by the way. I'm not saying that these are the absolute 10 best weapons in the game. Certain weapons are hella powerful and stand alone in their own right. Izanagi's Burden for PvE, Thorn, and Last Word, especially for PvP, those are unique cases, and they're also exotic weapons, incapable of being farmed endlessly. And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. Out of every weapon in Destiny 2 that you can farm relatively easily, these 10 weapons are my personal favorite. Hand-picked options here, and I absolutely would not recommend a gun for you to put in those soft, supple hands of yours, unless I completely stood behind them, which I do. Real quick before diving in, to all the fellas out there, listen up. Boys, I want to talk about your most important gun. That's right, your IRL long barrel. You know what sucks? Not being hygienic about your Mida man tool. Enter Manscaped. They were cool enough to sponsor today's video and sent me a care package so I could better take care of my package. Manscaped created the world's first manscaping kit that makes manscaping safe and easy. Precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Take a look at this thing. This trimmer is SIVA level high tech, boys, but without the pain. It is waterproof and cordless, so you can take it into the shower, and USB rechargeable, so you can take it on the go. Just don't use it on the go, if you know what I mean. Remember, grooming is to be done indoors, lads. What else does Manscaped have for you in their Perfect Package 2.0 kit? How about this crop preserver anti-chafe ball deodorant with active pH control? Are you thinking right now, why the F would I put deodorant on my sack? Really, my guy? If you wouldn't want to smell your own dirty, sweaty yams after a long day of moving around, think about it. Why would that special someone want to? Also, check out the Manscaped high-performance athletic boxers, seen here on this picture of a totally cut dude, which is definitely 100% me, and not a model whose face was cropped out for this ad. Clean yourself up the optimal way, fellas. Get 20% off and free shipping from our Perfect Package 2.0 purchase when you use promo code Fallout20 at manscaped.com. Once again, that's promo code Fallout20 at manscaped.com, and thank you very much to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video. So let's get into it, starting with number 10 and number 9 on the list. Why am I combining two entries into one bullet point? None of your business, that's why. Actually, it's because they're both farmed the same way. But anyway, the weapons are the Spare Rations and the Last Man Standing. Both guns are easily farmable via the Reckoning, and if you remember way back when, I made a Reckoning calendar showing you exactly what modifiers and what elemental burns and what bosses you would fight in Reckoning every week. Well, good news, I updated that for literally all of 2020. Link to that document down in the video description for anyone to check out. Now, anytime you want to farm the Reckoning for either of these bad boys, take a peek at my calendar, take note of which days each gun is available to be farmed, and have at it. Always remember that the easiest days to farm are when the heavyweight modifier is active. But enough farm talk. Why are both of these guns so desirable? Well, let's start with the Last Man Standing. Despite Bungie's best efforts, the weapon perk 1-2 punch has remained a really powerful PvE ability for a long time. The gist is you land all of your pellets in a shotgun shot to temporarily pump up your melee damage, and the community has found that this can lead to some insanely hard-hitting melee damage. As of the making of this video, Bungie has temporarily disabled some exotic armor that paired so well with the perk 1-2 punch that raid bosses like Riven were getting solo punked. And although Bungie has temporarily scrapped the Winter's Guile and the Worm God Caress gauntlets, the Liar's Handshake is still around, and the temporarily disabled exotic armor won't be off the table forever. I'd imagine that even with a rework, they'll still be able to be paired with 1-2 punch pretty effectively. Why am I talking about 1-2 punch so much? Well, while the perk is available on more than just the Last Man Standing, the Reckoning is a very easy farming activity that doesn't require a lot of thought. And while 1-2 punch is available on more than just the last man standing, the Reckoning is a very easy farming activity that doesn't require a lot of tactics or thought. And whereas last man standing is a hot PvE weapon option, the Spare Rations is truly a time-tested and dominant PvP option. For those of you who like hand cannons, it's really a no-brainer, and it's very likely that you are unsurprised by this recommendation. The Spare Rations is a 150 RPM hand cannon, meaning it has an excellent time to kill on paper, and its base stats are quite nutty. Add on top of that the fact that it has very good roll options available, and it's not too hard to see why people are still going into the Reckoning to farm for this weapon. Go ahead and flip on any PvP Twitch streamer who might be playing comp in D2, and odds are pretty good that they're either using this gun or they have it available in their immediate inventory. Again, consult the calendar in the video description on what days exactly to farm for each item if you're interested, and aim for the days where heavyweight is available. Number 8, the Jack Queen King. I know, very bold of me to recommend another 150 RPM hand cannon after giving such a glowing recommendation for the Spare Rations. Let's get the bad out of the way first. The Spare Rations, in my opinion, has much better PvP-friendly perks available to it. And that's pretty much all the bad. But the Jack Queen King has several good things going for it if you want to add yet another damn reliable hand cannon to your PvP arsenal, and I know you do. Number 1 in that department, the Jack Queen King has great base stats. Where Spare Rations has a 39 base range, Jack has a 45. They also have borderline the same aim assist, 91 compared to 92, which by the way is very high, as well as a 100 recoil direction. Bullet point number 2, whereas the Spare Rations is a kinetic hand cannon, Jack is energy. So if you already have an awesome kinetic special weapon that you happen to love and you're looking for a great PvP hand cannon, Jack is your guy. Bullet point number 3, and in my opinion, the best thing about the Jack Queen King is that it's so easy to farm for. Reckoning may be straightforward, but it is annoying, and farming Jack is as easy as going to the obelisk on Nessus and picking up a short frame quest. Booyah. No waiting for the right week or the right modifier like Reckoning, just do it whenever you want. Number 7, the bygones. Yeah, that's right, the old, tried and true, in my opinion, the OG D2 pulse rifle. No, it wasn't first, but this gun made me really love using a pulse, and even though it's an oldie, the bygones is fantastically reliable. While certainly fine for using in PvE, it's such a solid mid-range option for PvP. On top of that, it has, in my opinion, great PvP perks available, including Rampage, Kill Clip, Opening Shot, Rangefinder, Outlaw, and Slide Shot. Now that's a lot. Don't forget it's very easy to get your recoil direction up to 100 on the bygones if you get one to drop with the Arrowhead Break barrel option. Want to hear even better news? Sure you do. It's just as easy to farm as the Jack Queen King. Head on over to the obelisk on Mars, pick up a weapon frame bounty, and you're good to go. Such easy farming, boys. If you're a pulse rifle lover and you haven't really grinded out a solid bygones yet, come on man, you're effing up. Number 6, the hammerhead. Took me a little while, but I knew that sooner or later we would eventually get a power weapon on this list. And not just any power weapon, mind you. One of the most notorious, baddest, slap your mama's ass in front of you power weapons this side of Twilight Gap. What? The base stats on the hammerhead are pretty redinky-donk. 64 base range by default and a borderline insulting aim assist value of 90. Did I mention it can also potentially drop with Feeding Frenzy, Quick Draw, Tap the Trigger, Surrounded, or Rampage? Also, some weapons have bad curated rolls. The hammerhead is quite good in the curated department. Feeding Frenzy, Rampage, Armor-piercing rounds, and hammer-forged rifling? Damn. The hammerhead is relatively infamous at being great for both PvE, PvP, and especially Gambit if that happens to be your thing. The bottom line is if you want to take out Guardians in any PvP activity with a machine gun that borderline performs like a scout rifle, try out the hammerhead. To get it, visit Ada at the tower. You will need to complete her weekly bounty to get a ballistic log before picking up her machine gun weapon frame bounty, which I admit, sort of annoying, but the good news is that you have 6 overall chances every week across your 3 characters to farm for a good roll on this weapon. not too shabby. Number 5, the Apostate. Let me ask you something. Looking for a rapid-fire frame sniper that can roll with snapshot without requiring it to be a curated roll? Yes, I am looking directly at you fucking times infinity, Twilight Oath. Get the hell out of my face, I've had enough of you, and just give me the Apostate. Rapid-fire frame snipers are solid in PvP. You miss your headshot? Well, no problem. Follow up with a lightning-quick 2-tap, problem solved. The Apostate just fits the bill for PvP fairly perfectly, with role options including Outlaw, Moving Target, Firmly Planted, Rangefinder, Rapid Hit, Box Breathing for one-tapping supers, Snapshot, and Quick Draw. The Apostate has plenty of viable choices on the table for you to enjoy. To farm for the Apostate, head to the Moon and participate in the Altar of Sorrow group activity. Perfect for weird shut-ins like me who would rather grind activities with total strangers than bother my IRL friends. Now, I don't have a calendar for the altar activity, but shacknews.com has one, apparently. Link down below in the video description. The Apostate shows up every 4 days, so mark your calendar and do a little grinding. Number 4, the Mindbender. All right, hold on, don't click X out of the video just yet. I know I've been blabbing about this gun a lot lately, and to make matters worse, a lot of people out there don't think it's that easy to farm for. Granted, this is the unicorn of today's list. And when I say that, I mean, yes, you can't grind for the Mindbender all the time. You have to wait for the Fanatic Strike to appear in the weekly Nightfall rotation, which is totally random each week, but the good news is that when the strike shows up, it's very easy to find a team of people to join you in farming this, because everyone, and I mean everyone who is even a little bit serious about PvP knows how notoriously OP this shotgun is. And so many Guardians, including myself, have borderline perfected the art of the Fanatic Strike speedrun that you can burn through these Nightfalls lightning quick with a little practice. Yeah, the time needs to be right, but you got this. And trust me, if you get a good roll on this shotgun, you will be borderline set for life in PvP in the shotgun department. It really is that good. Number 3, the Beloved. It should come as no surprise that some menagerie weapons are hiding up at the top of this list. Even though it's not exactly a new activity, the menagerie is hands down the most user-friendly weapon farming experience available in Destiny. It's essentially impossible to fail. You get match-made teammates, and you can decide in advance what you want your reward to be, right down to your choice of the gun's friggin' masterwork. You're not gonna get much better than that. The Beloved is one of the more attractive choices of guns you can get from Menagerie. I know, earlier I was waxing poetic about the Apostate, but come on man, this gun is way too easy to farm for to pass up. You got rock solid aim assist, a nice scope, and access to great weapon perks, including no distractions, snapshot, firmly planted, demolitionist, quick draw, and moving target. PvP players who love to snipe, you 100% need this in your collection. Number 2, the Dustrock Blues. Yep, wouldn't be a Fallout list without multiple shotguns, am I right? Whereas the Mindbender is a super top tier baller energy shotgun, Dustrock Blues is a godly option in the kinetic category. Very deep one-tap potential and also a decent rate of fire, which is nice. The Dustrock doesn't have a ton of exciting perk options, but it has access to ones that matter: slide shot, moving target, and snapshot. Like the Beloved, the Dustrock is available to farm in the Menagerie, aka Easy Street. If you're sick and tired of waiting for the Fanatic Strike to make the rounds and you want to destroy someone's face with a shotgun today, well, this beauty is your answer. And here we are at number 1. Get ready, and here's your trigger warning: the Arentil FR4. Yeah, that's right. Purple Rain, the multi-bolt monster of PvP. I've seen this thing completely run amok in comp lobbies, especially on console. The high impact frame family is IMO, the strongest family for PvP right now, and of all fusions in said high impact family, Arentil sits very smugly at the top of the heap. Its 60 recoil direction is ideal for a counterbalance mod. It comes with an obnoxious 65 aim assist, which by the way, one of the highest base values in the land of fusion rifles. To add insult to injury, it comes with a base of 59 range and an absolute onslaught of obnoxiously top-tier PvP perks in its loot pool. Perks that are not only strong AF in general, but some that are even more deadly on a fusion rifle. Moving target, under pressure, firmly planted, auto-loading holster, backup plan, tap the trigger, rampage, high impact reserves, rangefinder, quick draw. The odds of you getting this gun and having the role not be viable in PvP is stupid low. Backup plan alone can turn this gun into an anti-ape vaporizer, and firmly planted turns the Arantil from a fusion into a goddamn sniper rifle. Once again, this thing is farmable in the menagerie, meaning you are just bound to get a decent roll if you run Menage even one time. Don't say I didn't warn ya. And on that note, 10 weapons, each of them very viable in their own way, and each of them extremely straightforward to farm repeatedly. Some weapons you may have to wait a few days for, but then it is open season. If you found today's video helpful in any way, let me know. Clicking the like button in particular or leaving a comment down below is a great way to give me an idea of what content I should make moving forward. As always, if you haven't already, please click subscribe. It helps my channel grow and I appreciate it greatly. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.